Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Dawn of Warhammer 40k Soulstorm. And today, I have for you a best of 3 between DANTIST and Romresis. Alright, now, if anybody doesn't know who those two players are, at least according to Dawn of War stats for players, or however, I don't know what you would even consider this website. I'll see if we can put a link in the description of the video below. He or she, I'm just going to say Eldar, again, according to the stats, that's their favorite race, is ranked number 1 in 1v1s in Dawn of War Soulstorm. So today we have a best of 3 match series going on. Let's go ahead and get into the game. I'm going to go ahead and go right here into skirmish. And I'm going to actually have my editor's note, just cover up this screen right here so we don't see how many games are in the best of 3. Now, we're going to go ahead, we're going to load in. We have some good games. I pre-watched these games just to see, because again, while there's lots of metas and builds in this game, I do prefer large battles and cool gameplay, cool strats, cool workarounds, just, you know, different things. I've played a lot of games. So we're gonna load in here. In the bottom right hand corner of my screen, I have my handy dandy Imperial Guard Trooper. He's looking real smug today, and he's gonna be our anti-cheat screen. And we are loading into Meeting of Minds, a fairly popular 1v1 map. We have here, I'm just gonna pause real quick. We have DANTIST here in the, looks like he's got a white scars, kind of Imperial Fist looking color scheme going on, loading in his Chaos, and he's going Armory first. This is a very strong Chaos build. Generally, you're going to see 2 to 4 generators immediately following up with this. Now, again, these early videos in the channel, I'm going to kind of do very, not super deep breakdowns, but just, again, anybody new coming in, maybe you show them this video. We're going to see some cool battles, just some really basics, at least for the first few videos, kind of get your feet wet. So we have DANTIST over here spawning as Chaos, and on the other side of the map, we have I'm just going to call him Resis. Resis over here. Resis over here is spawning in his orcs. And again, this is Meeting of Minds. Again, we're going to go over the map just a little bit. I'm going to turn the Fog of War off, even though it doesn't matter too much. 2 major entryways into each base, a fairly secure relic up on the high ground, again with 2 kind of safer areas to defend, mirrored on the other side. Following this lane out of your base, you follow the road, you have a critical location down at the end, a slag depot, which we didn't actually get to cover in our previous video. The slag depot here allows you to get thermal plasma generators, pretty much just a larger power generator. Funnily enough, you have to walk around the safe area and then up, and then you can get your plasma generator. Same thing on the other side, and then a nice big critical location in the middle. Nice open area for cool fights, lots of heavy cover spots, and lots of different little lanes and rocks and pathways and so on and so forth. So without further ado, we're going to start. We're going to watch the point of view kind of from both teams here. And so now Chaos is going Armory first. This means they're not going to be able to get Chaos Space Marines for quite some time, or a barracks if they do so choose. The Armory is going to be teched most likely into Cultist with grenade launchers. It's an extremely strong and safe build for Chaos. If you go into the armor, into your barracks and build Space Marines, you're more requisition heavy. With this build, you're requisition light, and you have more scouts, and you can see here it is right now, already getting grenade launchers. The scouts, these cultists are meat shields. Dime a dozen units. Grenade launchers give them a lot of utility. They're pretty quick on their feet. They can get stealth abilities, and they can become a detector. So for Chaos, they're a very, very strong unit. Now, what this allows them to do while saving all this requisition getting scouts, as we're hearing orc sounds, it allows them to buy these generators. Okay, this allows Chaos to tech. Good Chaos players will be tier 3 by 10 minutes. Alright, so he's got 1, 2, 3, 4. Did I see 5 scout squads? Or Chaos cultist squads? No, he's got 4. That's a lot of map control. He actually deletes his generator. There's that 5th cultist squad now, and he's going to go ahead and start capping up and look out for the field. And on the orc side of the map, orcs are just going standard orc shenanigans. As an orc player, you want to get your big mech out, which is your early game commander ASAP. Put him on this shooter squad, and then you can teleport. The big mech has a teleport utility. He's one of the few early game commanders with that kind of mobility besides Tau and the Necron Lord that can teleport that early. And here we go. Chaos is putting on the pressure. These grenade launchers let them shoot up. They will outshoot and kill these sluggers if nothing's done. Big mech just completed. He already teleports in, and he's devastating immediately. He will run these cultists over. As you can see, we already got a nice sync kill. And just like most commanders, his accuracy while standing still and shooting is almost perfect. It looks like we have a stretched out Space Wolf logo on there. Good, those wolves are traitors. Screw the Space Wolves, we're not a Space Wolf fan. And we're seeing here, he actually sent a Slugger squad over Romresis, and he's getting scouting information. This is critical when you're playing against Chaos. You need to know how many generators Chaos has. He can kind of guess by just seeing how many cultist squads, how much requisition he spent, and how many grenade launchers are shooting them. And as you can see, these cultists are doing good work on the shooters. He needs to see, and he didn't see, how many generators there are. So he needs to kind of micro that back in. He got a worker kill. That's pretty big. Workers are, I want to say 75 requisition, and there it is. So he sees one generator, so he's safe. For the meantime, he's safe. Alright, Chaos is just sitting here pounding the big mech. This is bad micro, in my opinion. I think he's just more looking over here currently. But this big mech is taking damage he doesn't need to take. He's taking this opportunity to upgrade his listening posts, defend this area a little bit more. This area's got a listening post, so the cultists can't run through here, and now they're not really able to run through here. He's starting to just cap up his side of the map, and his big mech is really, really lit up. And here we go, the orcs are going to get another worker. This is sloppy from DANTIST if I ever seen. You want to keep your workers alive. It's just a waste of resources to have to rebuild them. But if we look at DANTIST's side, he hasn't capped up his side of the map yet, or built up many listening posts. He has one built up, and that's about it. He's getting his next generator to forward location. I don't think he wants this generator here, but the orcs are forcing the generators out in the field. The orcs, hypothetically, now that they see this, they should push this. This is a really exposed area at the front of his base. We see any upgrades coming out of DANTIST yet? None yet. These orcs are still in the background. This little ring here underneath the orcs, Chaos buildings emit an aura that regenerate their units and hurt morale and regeneration. So if you get, Chaos has like flamethrowers, lots of kind of devastating, especially with these grenades, artillery and such. If you break morale in Chaos base, you can pick off units. And here we go. We see tier 2 at about 4:30. It's a little late, but again, he had to buy a lot of grenade launchers to keep map control, which is important. So he's teching up to tier 2. On the orc side of things, orcs are building more Wa towers. This is how the orcs tech up, and how they work a little bit differently from other races. To get population capacity, orcs have a red resource, orc resource. You have to build Wa towers and build more of them to get more population cap. And then the pile of guns here is their version of the armory. So orc is playing it pretty standard. When the orc starts teching up more, I believe it's 70 pop, you can get a Big Mac shop and get an Orky fort, which is their tier 2 and tier 3 represented, respectively. So these orc scouts get cleaned up. He saw all he needed to know. I don't know, did he see all of these generators? Alright, he saw there was about 2 and then a third going up, so he knows it's coming. He knows Chaos is heading into tier 2. A good Chaos player will be tier 3 by about 10 minutes. So you want to be ready for that. You want to have all your answers. I like this forward turret here by Chaos. Really gives him a nice stronghold to work with. The problem is you can't do anything with these cultists. Yes, he has map control, but there's no harassment on the Orc HQ or any of the Orc base. No listening posts going down, and the Orcs have bare bones. A shooter squad and a slugger squad, and that's it. There's no pressure, and yes, it's very tough to pressure orcs in general, but picking off a listening post here or there, maybe if he made a press for this Big Mac, he sent everything he had and killed it, just give him a nice advantage. Even just pushing in with the cultists and taking this critical location, put some harassment on. I mean, look at the orc vision. This is not an orc-friendly map right now. At all. So, alright, sorry about that. So, alright, again, yeah, no pressure happening on the orcs at all. Orcs are now going for that Orky fort. It was about 75. They're getting their upgrades, and he's preemptively getting stealth for his tank busters. I don't see any tank busters. He's just kind of preempt. He doesn't see anything, but with all that power, and look, here's a nice scout by the orcs. Again, keeping vision. He sees workers transporting over. He's got another. He sees this worker here. He sees this plasma generator going up. This is big scouting information. With Chaos, they have all this extra power. He's already going to get ready to go tier 3 pretty soon. With all the extra power, he's going to bank up all these generators. He's getting this sorcerer, which is the sub-commander for Chaos. And he, in my opinion here, the orc kind of just gave away his hand. He shouldn't have exposed these tank busters. Where'd they go, actually? Where did those tank busters get to? Oh, they're right here. He should have hid these a little better, or he should have sent them in a kind of a suicide mission and killed some generators. Now Chaos knows they're there. That's why he's getting this sorcerer for detection. They're kind of both blindly countering each other. He has more tank busters here. They might have fired as well. But even if he can pick off this plasma generator, he's in good shape. I missed this. Chaos built a Hell Talon. This is their flyer. Very solid against infantry. It has a nice AoE toxin cloud. It's pretty good versus, I believe, vehicles as well. Yeah, vehicles and buildings. It's a cool little bomber unit. Very fragile. These tank busters will rip it through pretty much anything. What's he getting out of here? He's getting a Defiler. This is his Chaos's version of the Dreadnought. It's got artillery, a flamethrower, an autocannon. It's okay. The strategy used to be to mass as many Defilers as you could and keep them on range stance. Really toxic. And here we go. The Sorcerer is pushing in here. DANTIST wants to kill as many of these tank busters as possible. He's building vehicles, so you want to kill these units or pressure them. Grenade launchers are being disruptive, and look at this. They're cloaked. The only orc detector is a Big Mech and knobs, which you can get on knob leaders. And look at this. We have war trucks, which are artillery and anti-vehicle units for orcs, and flash kits with a medic. So the medics can make the flash kits invincible. This is orc tier 3 infantry already pumping out. Double flash kits, that's the cap. And with this force, orcs can push across and dominate the map. Again, this Big Mac being so wounded from the earlier engagements is really kind of a hindrance now. I mean, look at this. The Sorcerer could potentially wipe him out, especially with all these grenades. He might go down.
3 minutes.
Here we go. He did go down. This is a big loss. Currently, DANTIST, our Chaos player, is winning the take and hold victory. He has both critical locations. All 3, excuse me. And these Defilers are controlling the middle ground. As you can see, the orcs are taking a lot of shelled fire. And this is the pressure I was talking about. It's even just killing Gretchen and keeping the orc player busy. Now, the orc player is doing the right thing here, pushing across the map, maybe get some decaps, kill these gens. DANTIST has both thermal plasma generator locations. This is very bad. And here's the tier 3, almost done by 10 minutes, which is on point. He's got a worker queued up, and he's getting more Defilers. But look at this income, 147.30 versus 128.50. Orcs don't need as much power, but you still want to look at that requisition stat. Okay, that's not as much income. Orcs are heavy on the wreck, and here we go. The orcs are pushing across the map. They want to take these generators down, hold Chaos up. These cultists aren't going to do much versus flash kits. Flash kits are heavy infantry. Grenade launchers have a bonus versus heavy infantry, but it's not enough. The health pool with the medics. I do like this. He's targeting the war tracks, and he's decapping the orc relic, keeping the pressure up here. I'd like to see Chaos push through and maybe kill 1 or 2 more listening posts, or even just this little area here. Taking out a generator and the pile of guns is a big win. On this side, though, the orcs are coming in. We have the war boss. He's in tier 3, just how OP he is. He has a WA ability, and he is just a powerhouse commander unit. This is a scary orc push. I don't think this one Defiler is going to be enough. This needs to be taken out before it gets scary, and I feel like DANTIST isn't respecting the orc ball enough. I do like he's finally pushing in a little bit more. I like this. I would like to see him get the cultist detection. I feel like he's really banking those resources for nothing. It's a very cheap upgrade. he'd be able to kill these Gretchens and really press the Orc a little more. And here we go. Orcs are coming through middle. We have the Doom Bolts from the Sorcerer down from the south. The Mad Doc here just cast the Juice ability. I forget the name of it. It basically is the Word of the Emperor ability for Space Marines. It keeps your Orcs alive for what feels like an eternity. No models will fall. Even the Mad Doc. It's a little bit stronger than Word of the Emperor. I think it lasts a little less, though. Obliterators, one of the strongest units in the game. Only 5 of them can be built in this squad, and only limited to 1, but they have every weapon type available to them. This is Chaos's version of Terminators. They're just very weak. If you can pin them down, there's only 5. Meanwhile, there's 7 flash kits per squad here. So if you can keep them knocked down, these Obliterators will shoot them down, but look at this. They're very slow. So much Defiler fire coming in. Chaos is still out here capping everything up. This is not good, though. These thermoplasma generators are a big investment. You want to keep them alive. And here we go again, just keeping the pressure on these Obliterators. Keeping the pressure up. These flash kits, you got to take them down early. They're even taking out Defilers with the Wartrock abilities. And I think there's some Tank Busters in here. I really like this Kill-A-Con in here. This is an early Orc vehicle, and he's using it in front to screen for the flash kits. This is really smart. Really, really smart. You know, Kill-A-Con's not much of a threat to the Obliterators, but when it's screening flash kits, it is. Alright, so Orcs are building up. I see a Knob squad here as well. This little ring that you see on the bottom of some of the Orcs is from the Big Mech. It's a damage reduction field. So that means the Big Mech has gotten significant upgrades. And the Orcs are now holding mid. Chaos kind of floundering. They need more of those strong tier 3 units. There's Demons coming out now. He's fully teched up. We should see a Possessed squad coming up. There's Horrors, anti-vehicle. But again, this artillery line's really tough to break now for the Orcs. So he's good to respect this. I do like, let's check the Orc's point of view. He is starting to regenerate and re-get map control. I'd like to see him, there we go, he's getting the generator up. I'd like to see him recapture his critical location. But again, there's no harass on the Orc base. The Orc is free to do whatever. I'd really like to see maybe a Sorcerer run over here with a Horror squad. Maybe a Rhino with some Space Marine squads or 2, just to keep some pressure up. You'll see the Orc moved in and decapped this this wreck point, and here we go. The Orcs teleported in with the Big Mech, a Knob squad, and this is going to be in the face of these poor Obliterators who are going to get destroyed. There is a Possessed squad, one of the stronger melee units in the game. They will beat Knobs. They also get Flamethrowers to break morale. There's a Rhino. I'd like to see it filled up with 1 or 2 Space Marine squads. Obliterators are too fat. They're not going to fit. This Hell Talon raining down death from above. But look at this Orc damage. 1 Defiler down. Another one's going down here. These Horror squads are wasted right here. Absolutely wasted. They're anti-vehicle. The Orc vehicles are all the way in the back. Needs to be more of a flanking maneuver. Orc bombers coming in. And not much damage versus vehicles. Kind of an odd choice for this. There's not much Chaos infantry. This thing is devastating versus infantry. Absolutely devastating. So here we go. Morale's broken. These Possessed Marines will rip through the entire Orc army. Tank Busters still infiltrated. I'm not sure what the point of the Rhino was. But again, no harass. This whole fight is taking place on Chaos' side of the map. Knobs are slowly getting picked apart. There's the Sorcerer. Where is he? Let me switch over that. What's he doing over here? He's just shooting at Gorguts right in the back. Poor Sorcerer, you'll be here all day. I don't think he benefits from the Plasma Gun upgrade either. Poor guy. He does get Chains of Torment, which is one of the stronger CC abilities in the game. And these Horrors, again, are kind of wasted. There's a lot going on here. I love to see it. Nice big meaty wah! Tank Buster morale broken. Perfect. Look at that. Useless. I like this as well. Cultists and Possessed Marines fighting Gorguts and melee. Hold the big guy up. If you can kill him, he's a very expensive investment. Nice little sync kill, and there he goes. Big man down. This is a nice win for Chaos. I don't like this Knob squad and Big Mech squad in the base. That's very scary. He needs to deal with this quick. It looks like he's over here. He's decapping a relic again. Maybe push for this. Recapture a critical location. He's just got a lot of cultists. That's not going to win you the war against the Orcs. He needs a little bit more meat. A couple more Space Marine squads. Cloaked is key. The orcs don't have any detection besides this big mech, and he's on his last leg right now. And here we go. He sees all these cultists. He's got to clean up his... What is... Oh my! This bomber is parked up on the column there. Alright, we're back at it. So, the orc is rebuilding the flash kits, rebuilding his mad docs, and he could do this. There's no pressure from chaos, but this is a big death ball coming across the map. Orc generator goes down. If I was the orc player, I'd be a little scared right now. He's killing free cultists. Not a big deal. This morale broken Big Mech squad needs to go home. I'm pretty sure the Big Mech... hang on, let me check that. Alright, Mad Dogs do work like apothecaries. They do. He needs to spark this Big Mech right here and heal up ASAP. This is his only thing standing between his base and this Chaos Horde running across the map. Horde. And he doesn't really have any tools to deal with it currently. Not too worried about the horror squads. These possessed marines are a big threat. They'll rip through this knob squad. The fighter bomber can definitely deal with it. Again, Dantist is doing the right thing. He's capturing back his critical locations. He's keeping an eye on the ball. That's one of the victory conditions. So let's keep going. Let's see. Fighter bomb is being pointed here. It needs to hit this. These need to go. The flash kit shooting at them is nice. I do like that. If I was Reese's currently, I would be very, very worried. Requisition is looking really low. Again, power's looking low. He's got another Gorguts coming. 275. That is a big investment for a commander unit. He's got another one of these killer cans. I really like this. This is a nice meat shield unit. Decent splash damage in melee. You can get a missile launcher upgrade if he wants to pressure some of those defilers in the back line, which he sees them. They're shelling his units. Let's jump over to Chaos. Chaos is also actually looking really good. He just invested in his 3.5 upgrade, Chaos Energies. This will allow him to get Predators and a Bloodthirster if he wants to. I don't think the Bloodthirster is the right unit. It's very expensive resource-wise. What's in this Predator? Is this the Space Marines we ordered a little while ago? He's afraid of it too. I would be. This Big Mech jumping in with the knobs on the Obliterator, it's the right call, but they take so much damage. Well, maybe not. Again, Chaos has no midline infantry army. These cultists don't transition well into late game with the orcs. He needs that Chains of Torment upgrade. He would have been able to CC most of this army. Where did he go? He teleported away. The Possessed Marines were in the Rhino, and they're not taking part. He could easily get in this backline and deal with most of these orcs. They're just standing there. Unfortunately, with the replay, I can't see if they're on stand ground. I would assume they are. They would be attacking, and they'll even rip this Kill-A-Khan apart. He put them back in the Rhino. Again, these horrors are in the wrong position. There's no vehicles up here. Pull them back and around. Even run them to the orc base. He's got them on range stance, which is great. The flamethrowers are cool, but they would be better suited on this blob here. And just how quickly the orcs can turn from having no troops to, again, pushing right back to Chaos's front door. I don't think the Defilers are working out very well either. He just had to rebuy his Obliterators. And let's see, does he go for Predators here? I think Predators is a good call. Even just default Predators, I don't remember, did Chaos get last cannons? It's been a long time. I don't play Chaos very often, nor do I see players ever getting Predators on Chaos. Let's see, does he go for it? No, he's going for more Defilers. This Mega Armored Knob squad, I'm pretty sure, yeah, it is a Detector, so it's going to clean up all these cultists. And he's rebuilding everything. These cultist days are numbered. I would hide them in the back on Ceasefire and just be annoying and cap in the back. He got a second machine pit, interesting, and maybe this is the harass we ordered. If he could just take a few listening posts out, the orc army will just die of attrition. This should have been done 2 to 3 minutes ago, maybe even 5. He's picking off flash kits with his Obliterators, really nice. I like the Defiler artillery starting to kind of come back in some numbers. He held off, but he lost 2 strategic locations and listening posts to boot. He's running his cultists back out to get a scout. I'm pretty sure Gorguts is a detector as well. Yeah, so he needs to pull these back. I'm assuming he's just using it to sightline and get this fighter bomb out of his way. He picked off just one just one. Why? Why only? Why would you pick off just one listening post? Where'd those possessed marines go? They're just sitting here. Again, you built up army. Use it. Get it done. Look at this orc player. He's just continually, either he's shelling with his fighter bomber, he's got his tank busters picking off strategic locations and listening posts. Even this Killer Khan just holding chaos in his base. And here we go. The big mech. These mega. Is there a big mech in there? I don't think so. Yeah, he's there. They'll win this with these flamethrowers. That morale instantly broken. This is a very bad fight. He needs to teleport them out immediately. Immediately, especially. There's the Predator. Okay, and they do get the last cannon upgrades. Excuse my French. And there we go. Nice sink kill there. Yeah, they'll run through. Dude, this isn't even a challenge, especially with no power armor. Claws on the knobs, nothing. This big mech needs to get out. I mean, is he holding them for here for some reason? No. Here's the Bloodthirster. Don't see this very often. Made his Sorcerer the Bloodthirster. Greater Demon, very scary. 14,000 hit points, can fly. Let's see if he takes this into the orc base. I mean, I'm not sure why now is the time to do it, especially with the Bloodthirster, but it gave him the breathing room. Obliterators kill Gorguts, another big pickup. And look at this chaos on the ascendancy. He needs to recap his listening posts on these both points. His defilers are slow, but he needs to get them back on the middle of the map. If he can get his defilers here and start sieging the orc base, he's in good shape. Big mech survived. That Predator's moving out. Where did that Rhino full of possessed go? I don't see them anywhere on the map. I don't think they all died. I don't see dead bodies. Oh my goodness. Squiggoth comes out from the orcs. This is how you know this is a long game. So Squiggoth versus Bloodthirster, maybe? Be nice. Here's those possessed marines. So they did survive. Again, if he just took this generator out, this listening post, he took this one down and just destroyed this little eco area, he'd be fine. There's no need to keep pushing this far. Chaos Predator, he needs to pull it way back. These tank busters are getting free shots. The zap cannon on the Squiggoth also destroying the Predator. I mean, even these defilers, their value's not holding up with all these invisible units. These horrors targeting Sluggus. Sloppy, sloppy, sloppy. Mega armored knobs will rip through this Bloodthirster, especially with Gorguts if he was here. Bloodthirster's just hiding in the back of the base. Khorne would not be pleased. How many possessed marines are left? 2. They're just taking base turret damage. Get him out of here. Looted Leman Russ coming in. And the Bloodthirster's flying away. Let's see, how's the Squiggoth doing in mid? Squiggoth is running rampant. Okay, Defiler's going down. Squiggoth is not only a powerhouse in melee, it's got a lot of ranged cannons and weaponry on it as well. And there we go, the Defiler's starting to fall. Maybe the Bloodthirster can kill the Squiggoth. He's all the way out here, not a lot of support. Is this Defilers or Horrors? The Obliterators. Or Obliterators or Horrors, excuse me. He'll push back a lot of these orc infantry, but Squiggoth's tough. Very tough. Here comes the Mega Armored Knobs now. They're coming in. They have this sprint ability activated. They take health damage with it activated, but they move very quickly. Obliterators, we're going to lose this fight every time. I just don't think Defilers are holding up well into the late game, and that upgrade for the scouts to see invisible units would have been massive. These tank busters, I'm pretty sure these are the 2 same squads from the start of the match. Absolutely running people over, those tank busters. Did they take out that one Predator? They did. There's 2 rectangles from DANTIST. I think he's throwing in the towel. There's 2 more rectangles from Romresis. I did pass geometry. I want to assume he's asking for how many rectangles do you need to win as Chaos, and he replied with 2 rectangles. Is 2 rectangles enough? Orcs are being pushed back, but I mean, with this Squiggoth here, he's taking this generator out. I don't think Chaos has a lot of fight left. I mean, we see another Sorcerer coming out. There is a Bloodthirster still running rampant. This is being thrown away. I guess it's to buy him time. I don't think it's going to be enough. Don't think it's going to be enough. Love the sync kills going on for the Bloodthirster. Absolutely housing orc boys and orc knobs. All this free damage. There's 2 looted Leman Russes going on. First machine pit's going down. And look at this. This is not good. Bloodthirster's being thrown away. He's got 1,000, 2,000 resources. Is he just giving up? Is he giving up right now? The orcs are also at 1,000, 1,000. And it looks like he raged out. I thought there was a little more fight in it for Chaos. If he picked off a couple of these units, I've also seen If you swarm the Squiggoth with invisible scouts, and this is with most mega units, if you swarm it with like a million little invisible cultists, maybe 2 or 3 squads, max them out on population, put them invisible, seize fire, stand ground around the Squiggoth, you block the unit. Unless the orc has detection or any other faction, I've seen Tau do it on Baneblades with stealth suit squads and then just EMP it to death. Cultists are great toxic path blockers. I've seen it work on killing the Greater Narlock for Tau, the Avatar of Cain, any faction without super strong anti-detection units. You could just jump it quick, or even just holding the Squiggoth here. You're going to kill a Mega Armored Knobs, the boys, and I mean, these boys are useless, but maybe he gets the detection, and he cleans up these tank busters. I feel like these tank busters were the MVP this game. They absolutely just decimated the Defiler spam. I mean, this orc casualty list here was definitely well. Alright, maybe those weren't the original tank busters, because there's a lot of dead ones here. We'll just littered the battlefield. This was a nice battle. This was nice. It was a great first fight. Rhesus takes the game. Nice to see some looted Lehman Russes coming out. Big fan of the armored play. I felt like Dantist had map control most of this game. I thought he played it pretty well. He had no middle infantry line. He just teched straight up to tier 3 and Defiler spam, and that's not enough to win versus the orcs. I'm sorry. Especially an orc where you let them build up like this. I mean, look at these Gretchens. Look at these Gretchens. They were so happy about this win. They're going with space. So, alright, that's it. Rhesus wins game 1. And I will see you guys in game number 2. Let's check at the stats real quick. Military-wise, they killed 216 on the orcs, lost about 154. 9 buildings destroyed, 9 for chaos as well. Interesting. How'd we do on resources? Okay. Requisition gathered, 19,000 by Dantist. Power gathered, 12. That's expected from chaos. He had both thermal plasma generators for quite some time. Technology. Man, if you got that cultist invisibility detection, you would have been in killer shape. Alright, so that was game 1. I'll see you guys in for game number 2 of this best of 3 series between Rhesus and Dantist.